Yeah, welcome to the launch webinar version 14R2. My name is Alexander Gier. I'm the area sales manager for Brazil and UK. And with me today,
yes, hello everyone. My name is Rickard Olsson. I'm also the area sales manager from the Nordic countries, beloved Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland. So
yeah, nice. Yeah, and in the background, you can't see them, but shout out and big thanks to Simon at the controls. As always, thank you. And you have already met real quick Pamela on the chat. So what I just would like to mention, yes, this is live. You can please use the chat, as she said, write us questions, and at the end, if you have them, of course, and at the end, we will try to answer as many as possible.
Yes,
okay.
And we will try to keep it as a dialogue in here to get a better understanding of what we can interfere and what we can do. But yes, from our perspective, it's a monologue to you. So
yeah, exactly. So my partner in the studio, so to say, has changed. 6 months ago it was Toby, but yeah, only 6 months ago actually, when we introduced you to the highlights of the version 14. So yeah, we are really speeding up right in the time of the releases.
Could be 3 people here, but Toby is out at the moment, so we will manage with 2.
Yeah.
And this is my first time, as Alex say, here live in the studio, so I will do my best. A little nervous, but yeah, it is what it is. So let's go. I think important also to say we are going to do some hands-on. Alex will do that, and I will assist with questions or statements. We are going to use the innovaphone community as a platform.
Yes.
I assume you already have an account there. So, but if you don't have an account, it's time to get you an account. But you know that. Yes, so you know. So we are going to use that community.
Yes.
It's important. So
yeah.
We are
correct. So let's jump right into it actually. Let's not start with okay. Let's not start with the PowerPoint, but let's jump right into it in the myApps client on the community, as Richard said, and let's start with telephony. I know you have read all the exciting features, AI integration and all of that, and we get to that. I just would like to start with telephony for 2 reasons. First of all, yes, it does make sense in our setup, but at the same time, also to show you we continuously will improve also our telephony solution and will add more features and improvements there. This is still our core product for the most of you, but we also continuously will try to convince you of all the other nice apps and features that we also have.
So yes, we will starting with the telephony, but we will end up in some kind of collaboration platform that's now is moved together.
Yep.
And we call it productive way of working. You have heard that expression probably, but it's the thing that we probably will show here.
Exactly. Yeah.
How can we improve productive way of working with innovaphone portfolio?
Exactly. Yeah. This is what we're aiming for. We want to increase with innovaphone together the productivity within the companies. So here I have the Softphone, and especially my favorite people that I'm calling. And before, this list here was strictly alphabetical. Now with the little click, you can actually customize it and bring it in an order that is most efficient for you, for example. For example, Luca, this is currently me. I always like to have it to see and to show people here my presence, but at the same time, I'm not gonna call Luca much. Whereas here, for example, I'm gonna use the conference room Stuttgart actually quite a bit. And yeah, this is also what I'm gonna do now. Let's do a quick call.
Lucky us, we prepared a little thing, but I need to log in.
Yeah. So yeah, let's wait for Richard also to join us here in the little Stuttgart conference.
So, and of course, I also logged in the community, so everyone know how it works. And I entered the Stuttgart conference
room, correct? Yeah. So as you can see, you have all the resources to play around with. Yeah, just a little bit about the conferencing already. We have now in 14R2, we actually use an HD voice code. So yeah, we improved the sound quality quite a bit. And by now you have also the default turn server, as in turn.innovaphone.com, that you can use, and therefore we avoid some trouble with the potential trouble with the firewall for external web users. What I actually want to show you here from the user's perspective, as you can see already here on our media panel, this is already a lot cleaner, and especially those two buttons now where you can choose your audio or your video device respectively. When for example, I don't have any other video device available to me, so if I press it, there is no video anymore. But as you can see, this way it already got a lot easier to use, and it's also now optimized for the use on the smartphones. I mean, especially the audio device. Yeah, if I have a call, myApps call in my car, and then I walk out and I want to have it maybe on my earphones or maybe on the loudspeaker or something like that. Yeah, now it's just one very tiny click away.
Easy access.
Yeah. All right, so let's leave.
I just had a question there about the turn server, and you talk about that is pre-installed on when you install it right from version 14R2, and I guess you can change it, of course, but it gives you a tool. It's always there.
Yes,
so
correct.
Just to say so.
Okay, so let's leave the Stuttgart, so to say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
And yeah, let's take a little look at the call history. And yeah, so what happened here is, yeah, we here have an unknown number, and as it happens, of course, sometimes. And what we have here now is a new button, and when we click it, our Contacts app opens, and now it is very easy. You can very quickly and easily create a new contact, put it in the right directory in our Contacts app. So bit by bit, what you can see is just that our platform is interacting, all the apps are interacting more and more together, and this myApps experience as really like a platform comes even more to life. So yeah, before it was a lot of copy pasting, and now it is very easy. So this works now out of the call history, out of the Softphone app, or also out of the call list. If we then do the same and take a closer look at here our dear friend Stuttgart, and at the call history, you will see there is also a new little thing, this new little eye, and if we click on it, you can actually see who participated in this last conference call. Yeah.
So if we take a step back and if you invite people with our conference app, this is what you get on the fly after the meeting.
Exactly.
Yes, so you can go back here and do what you try to show, just so we...
No, exactly. Thank you. So what you can see, exactly what Richard say, is the participant internal ones, but also the external ones. And not only that, we just talked about linking up all the apps together. And here we see this
also talk about productive way of working. So now we actually move focus a little to another app.
So now that I'm clicking on this button, create a meeting post, and what happens immediately, our Connect app opens up, and what you can see, we already have some information pre-configured, so to say. So it says where it happens, the duration, the date, and the participants, of course, as before, and the internal participants. So Richard, in this sense, was an external one here from innovaphone, as you can see, and the internal ones are already tagged. So everyone is immediately informed. We even have in our logic, how we work, we actually even added the hashtag meeting already.
And on my daily basis work, I mean, this helped me to save at least, I don't know, maybe 10-15 minutes just to collect, copy paste information who participate on the meeting if I need to do a post like this. So.
Yeah, exactly. Especially, I mean, now it was only the two of us, yes. But I mean, imagine sometimes you have 10 people participating. I mean, oh, what was his name again? Oh, yeah. So, no, exactly. And it also helps you to do the post and the report right away.
Right away, not a week later. Yeah.
Yes. When we talk about new buttons and everything, there is also something new here, some diamond-shaped button. And if I click on that, what opens here? It immediately asks for some help. This is, I would like to introduce you to our myApps assistant. So what we have here is basically a connection or a link between our Connect and an LLM, like a large language model, or so to say an AI. And here you can, in the PBX manager, configure whether the LLM of your choice. I mean, most notably, you have ChatGPT, which is online. But as you know, for example, at innovaphone, we also like to do things on premise and always offer that. For example, here in our case, we have our own LLM, a llama, running in our basement. So just also for the more concerned clients out there that are very concerned about what information is going out to the internet, you can actually also run LLMs locally. But why should I do that? That might be now
in this situation.
This situation. So let's talk about, give you an easy example of our day-to-day working. And for example, when I come back from holidays and I want to catch up what happened in the meantime, and then I see all of a sudden a very passionate discussion, 80 responses, long response, long posts, 3-4 languages, everything together. So if I read like all of those answers, it would just take me a lot of time to catch up. So instead, I just ask our LLM to summarize, to give me a quick summary of the post. never forget to actually use please and with the AI. It is very keen on good education. Yeah. And click on it, and as you can see here, yeah, it gives you now a quick summary of the post, of course, of limited in information, because we haven't given any, there is no input. Yeah. But as you can see, it immediately does this. You can even have it in more protocol form, so to have the actual minutes that you can also ask it for, or what I use it for. Sometimes when I frankly write a long post about something, I quickly do a spell check. Yeah. So all of this you can use on a daily basis. Yeah.
I assume, or I know, we also can combine different language in the summarize, and you get it on your language.
Yes, well, that's a good point, Richard. I know you're suffering a little bit from that. Yeah. So how
you're a German company, and I'm not good at German. Yes, and I'm a bad student, so I will never learn it probably. So for me, this translation tool is really giving my life back.
Yeah, exactly. So what you can see here, and again, just a quick reminder, we are here on the community, and to give you a glimpse in Richard's life and Richard's daily work, we are an international company. We have a lot of international people working for us, but yes, the majority still speaks German and feels most comfortable posting in German. So yeah, give you, and this is also what is happening a lot of times in the community. But now it is, as for Richard, now it is very easy to actually participate, to not be out, not lose any information, and participate in everything, because I can just now here click on the translate button, and it then immediately translates to the language that I configured as a language in my myApps client.
Yeah. So this is a really good tool for me. I save a lot of time, format I copy paste to a translate tool, or I use the web version and need to have a plugin for that. So this is really helpful.
No, yeah, yes, easy integration now. Yeah, for international teams especially, this is now super easy.
So from time to time I write on Swedish, so they need to translate. So yes, I give back.
But yeah, but not only for vengeance. I mean, it is normal that you feel most comfortable in your mother tongue, right? Yes. And that you get your point across, especially if it is a more complicated topic. So yeah, and why not take advantage of this? Yeah. So this translation tool works in a similar way as our myApps assistant. In this case, we have now a connection to a translation AI service called DeepL in Germany. And yeah, and again, who has clients who are concerned about sending all the internal texts to the internet and out there. For example, in DeepL, it is solved like that. If you have a subscription, they promise you not to use the texts for training their AI. And then we have a little bit of a cost factor involved. And this is also very elegantly solved. So for example, we have a cache, and once we have actually with Madeleine a second Swedish speaker. So once Richard has translated the post already, it is in the cache, and then if Madeleine also translates it, there is no extra cost because it doesn't translate it twice.
Yeah. Same post.
Yeah.
Cost one.
Yeah. So again, what I mentioned, what is very important to me, is again, this is the community, and I would like for you to participate. Now with translations, it's as easy as it gets. Just write in your mother tongue, be it Norwegian, Dutch, yeah, Polish, whatever. Just go to the community, sign up if you haven't yet, and go to our Connect. For example, our technical forum, we have already moved into the Connect, and I have to say, it just is a lot more vibrant. The discussions are a lot better. It is a lot easier to communicate. Again, also because everyone just simply can write in their mother tongue. And for example, and you can only get directly in contact with us, but also, of course, with our entire community if you have any questions. And yes, you shouldn't. That's the thing about Connect. You shouldn't read about every information unless you're interested. And then, for example, we have for our sales colleagues, we also have here a category for sales. For sales discussions. Yeah, as you can say here, the hashtags, and then you can just pin this channel so that you can see when there is news. But even better, just click here and follow, and then all the news you will get automatically in your feed. And so that you're not actually going insane clicking on every post. Come on. Okay. That you're not going insane actually clicking on every post to translate. We of course also have like a very easy option here, and if you click on that, everything by default, every post is automatically translated. Yeah. Some other news here. You can also, us as power users, the first thing here at innovaphone, power users of Connect, the first thing we did was, to
turn off
email notifications. Yeah.
And to be honest, I think that was the best thing we could do, because my email inbox has dramatically reduced. So I just follow my feed, because that is what happens normally when you send out an email.
Exactly.
So from that perspective, it was really productive way of working.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So just that we have all the internal discussions
and the
in one place.
important thing here, if I need to answer something, I answer to the group so everyone can see. Or I can hide it to a specific person, so I can choose between. I don't need to reply to all members in the email, and someone is on vacation, is not there. It's in Connect, it's visible.
Or the one on vacation then can comfortably actually follow, or easily actually follow the discussion, correct? And you also don't run into the risk of forgetting to include someone, which is always a very sensitive topic. So, okay. What I just said here, we also have some news here in our feed. For example, this little button here can be, we just talked about the heated discussions and receiving app notifications. So with this button, you basically check all the messages that belong to one conversation. Yeah. So this is then very efficient. Okay. Yes. Just in general, we're talking a lot here about how we work with Connect. Yeah. and we're trying to introduce you out there a little bit to the way how we work, but we also understand that every organization works a little bit differently. Different organization, different departments, different challenges as well. And the same goes for your end customers. So what we want to offer, because we cannot just, of course, I happily tell you about how we work and how we use Connect, but that might not be exactly the right way for your organization or the end customer. This is why we want to visit you. If you think about introducing Connect to your organization, if you haven't done so yet, we would come to you guys, talk to you. Okay, how does it look like? How do you actually communicate? Where are the problems? What teams do you have? Who interacts with whom usually? Yeah, who needs then maybe a different zone and so on, and that we can already, before you implement, also before the end customer actually implements Connect, that we can find a good structure how to set it up, and then set you up automatically for success, and the end customer also for success, because we will then solve the exact problems. So if you think about introducing Connect in your organization, or actually have an end customer who is interested in it, our offer is call us, contact us, and we will do a little workshop with you guys.
Yeah, we love to. And the reason why we say that, because when you install it, it's blank. Yes, there is nothing in there, so we can help you to organize a template or something to start with.
Exactly.
As we have learned, an idea how to work with it.
Yes, you don't have to suffer through the same things, so to say. No, it basically is, Connect is a very powerful tool. And it already helps, as you say, if you're sitting in front of like a more or less blank screen. It helps if you have the first channels configured. If you say, all right, as we do, it actually makes sense on every meeting report. On every meeting report, we use the hashtag meeting, for example.
There is a lot of hashtag marketing, meeting, sales, but in the end, our vision with Connect is like this should be the dashboard for a daily work.
Yes.
We can even collect simple alarms into this somehow for distributing that. So yes, we are just beginning here what we can do.
And if you want to take me up immediately on my request and go to the community and try out Connect, but you're still a little bit shy with all the functionalities, we have this nice little question mark here now. And when I click on it, it creates more question marks as it happens in life, right? Sometimes. But as you can see now, every little button has a certain question mark, and if I now click on them, you actually can see, you get a really detailed and good explanation what is happening here.
Information screen. Yes.
Whew, all right.
Wow, good.
So
that is Connect.
Yeah.
From telephony to socialized tools.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's do something a little bit different, but still, talking about the productive way of working. And if I'm going through my myApps platform, what helps me now is to change in between apps is to use the hotkeys. We used to have them already to do certain functions. Now you can actually also open apps with that. And for me now, one very app that I use frequently and that I need, it's on F1. So I just press F1, and the search app is happening. And here Yeah, we have new opportunities. For example, if I now look for IP112, I see not only connect posts that mention the IP111. So yeah, so you also get it's an efficient way to look for some news as well in the community. But not only that, but also now I can actually look for devices. And if I click on here, it immediately goes to this device. It opens it up in the devices app.
Which at the same time lead us to administration.
Yes. Yeah.
But we are still in the search app. So
yeah. Of course, not everyone will then see it. Of course, only the people who have the administration rights can actually have access to it. But this is also productive way of working, fast working, easy access. What I used to the search app mainly before the 14R2 was actually to look for apps. Yeah.
Yes.
And here we have a new app. The remote
we were
control
touching
app.
administration, and we think it could be worth mention actually the new remote control app.
Yeah.
And again, luckily we have prepared, hopefully that I log in again.
Yeah, there you are. Yeah, so this is a tool mainly used when we talk about administration. So a lot of times it is used in the IT support. And if I
should we already mention nothing is installed? It's just I have not installed nothing in my PC.
Exactly.
It is just on from inside the app platform.
Yes. Yeah.
And now I get an information that Luca want to manage my PC, and I say okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and now Richard has accepted my invitation, and now I have actually the control over his computer. Yeah, so let's take a quick peek. Okay, he cleaned up. Yeah, okay. No, but as you can see, as Richard has mentioned, this is just 100% integrated in myApps. No need for installing anything else. Just install the app. I think two concurrent sessions are already included, are license free, very easy tool, and you don't need to again leave the sort of safe environment of your myApps.
Exactly, and I think also important is to mention that we support that in a distributed environment, and now we are in the standalone community platform, but if we have a distributed environment, it also will work through that.
Yeah. The only restriction in the first release is that you need to have a myApps client on Windows. But
we're working on Android.
So
my idea, as we're talking about administration, it could be worth to pinpoint an app that we call My Phone Keys. Normally, we can access a telephone inside the telephone and do settings from the device.
Exactly what I showed before.
Yes, exactly what you showed before. But we can also access the front layout, so we can actually see the display with this app, which gives tremendous possibility.
Yeah. So not only the computer screen that we can easily access now, but also actually see the screen of the desk phones. Yes. And okay, now I'm funneling a little bit with Victor's. So I now turned off the headset, so you can just see. You can actually really have access to the actual.
We'll have an overview of the display. You can see if the pre-programmed partner keys is online or not. So you have a good overview.
Okay, so now let's stop this. Thank you, Richard, and go back to our PowerPoint presentation.
Yes, good. So then just simply move over to recording apps, because we did a lot of improvements of the recording app, and after those improvements we actually comply more or less with the new MiFID requirements. So, but what we did was that we now encrypt the data, and we also do some watermark signature on the data. So if there is a need for bank installation, bank verticals, we actually really have a better product instead of using expensive third-party products.
Yes, so exactly. So it's apart from the fact, yes, again, the recordings is 100% integrated in myApps. You have all the other advantages of also the ease of the use. It is really simple to use and to manage.
Yep.
Now the clients, if you have clients in the financial market or insurance, now you have even one more argument to sell them our recordings. There is some similar criteria actually for critical infrastructure. This is this Kritis that you see up in the right corner in Germany. So that's one of our focus markets anyway. Now you have even more reason to mention recordings. Just as a little explanation, the two last features that we have mentioned here, the extended search function and the access control and logging, they're not necessary for they're not a MiFID requirement, so to say. They're mainly for for your easier use, for the end customer use. But again, they will come soon. But we are already conform. We already have a conformity with the MiFID 2.
And that is the main message.
Yes, exactly.
So recordings have done a lot of improvements. We have some more highlights that we really like to pinpoint here. And one of them is the new Linux plugin. What we're actually talking about is thin clients. We have improved that. What we actually did was that we moved the operating system to the backend and not have it in the client, you could say. So the most consumable data is now running in the backend rather than in the client. That gives the advantage with presence and all the information that is not used, and the client could run in the background.
Yes, exactly.
So that we did a lot of improvements. Whether we have success or not, let's see. There is other, but we did that really good. And we also have done improvement for the accessibility. And what we mean here is maybe blind people or nearly blind people. That is one of the tracks that we want to be better here. And we actually have, I don't know if which app directly we have this on, or is it
so as far as I know, it is on the myApps client, so on the where it works, not yet within the apps a lot of times, but as Richard mentioned, this is a huge topic. It becomes more and more important, especially for public tenders. It is a requirement to have something, a solution for visually impaired people, for example. Big topic that we continuously will improve and work on. And
true.
Exactly.
Last but not least, we also did improvement for the micro C65 connector. There is no limitation anymore in terms of users. Apparently there was 600, but yes.
So the demands we recognize that
we need more, and so that is huge cases, but now there is no limit.
Yeah. Okay.
So just out hunting for that.
Yes.
That was the 3 highlights that we think was most important in this webinar.
Yeah, just there is obviously a lot more highlights. Please go to the release notes also in the wiki. But of course, what we point out here in the webinar, we consider highlights, so to say. So the most important improvements and all new features that we have here. And one of them also concerns the working app. And a classic here in our webinars, honestly. Again, continuous improvements that we do here. I just would like to emphasize before I show you some of the improvements a little bit. I would like to give you a little bit of the background, the legal background in the European Union. So it is already mandatory that since actually already 2019 that employers are required to track the work hours of their employees, and a precise method of time recording is mandatory. And again, what you need to do is starting time and end duration of the daily working time, digital form of recording, at least in most countries it says so. On the way the work was carried out, recordings can be submitted to third parties or the employer. What is really interesting here is that the employer needs to guarantee that there is a control mechanism of the trust-based working times, and the employer must ensure that violations against legal regulations are detected. Very, very important for the HR departments. And working app, is we have all that, and it is a very smart solution.
And now you're using it
100%
quickly again.
Yes. Yeah, wow. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Richard, for mentioning that. I did that automatically. So I have now I configured my working app that I also use on a daily basis on the F2. So as you can see here, easily stop the working time, 100% integrated in myApps. You can use it again from your home office, your mobile phone. So for any kind of work. Now also even with even door phones, the Ascenta app. If you haven't heard of that, so we can also now integrate a terminal. So for all kinds of different work, we can actually integrate the work app and use the work app. So we're talking about productivity. That's it for me today then, right? And one new thing is actually that we now have different categories of work time. So for example, we have fair, where sometimes it is not possible to work less than 10 hours or to have the 11-hour break. Also, by the way, European law, so in all of the EU, those rules apply. And of course, you can here do now office and home office and have more filter functionalities actually. And a lot of companies now, I know my wife is American, right? And especially there is a huge discussion. Okay, how much people need to come back to the office? How much home office do we allow? And per month or on a weekly basis. So this way, you can easily also filter for that. Another idea could be if you want to do a little bit on reporting yourself or controlling on yourself. For example, you could per those categories you can configure per work group, be it marketing, be it sales, for example, and you could even put a category for clients that you put in category A, B, or C. And then you can see how much time you can filter, how much time you actually spend with them. So there is actually a lot more opportunities how you can actually also filter and get more information out of the working time, excuse me. But the real big thing here is actually the important thing is for the HR department, because as you've heard, it needs to be guaranteed that working time infractions that they're detected, that you have informed the person if the person doesn't have a half an hour break each day, and so on and so forth. And here you're automatically HR or management is automatically informed if something doesn't add up here. And here, for example, Mark has worked for more than 10 hours on a single day. Yeah. And of course, you can configure here your users. You have a lot of different opportunities to do that. And here, I just want to show you how easy it is also to configure groups. We just have now an example group marketing. You can add here the employees. You can add the group managers, so only they have access to see your working times besides HR. And you can also add what I mentioned before, the working times. Praia, that was in Portuguese we had a webinar, and that means the beach. So different countries, different workplaces, right? So we can also take that away, for example. So this is just one thing I wanted to emphasize. It's an easy solution already included. You have your installed base. They are obligated to have a solution already. There is automatically a demand, at least, show them. And that's basically, especially for your installed base, it is very easy. You just download the app, install it, unlock it for the users, assign the admin users, and then you can just play around with your data. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So this, now we actually are done with all what we consider the biggest highlights of the version 14r2. But we have
so if you have questions, you can prepare them, write it down, and we go through some dates, some teasers.
Should we do the questions now or afterwards? Let's first do maybe the dates real quick, some teasers, and then we will come to your questions.
Yes.
So one thing, the maritime market. We will have a webinar.
Yes.
Richard, this is our kind of our joint, not hobby actually.
Yeah, I mean, you and me.
Bigger now.
Maritime market has become a bigger industry for us, just thanks to our partners who is actually active there. And there is a plan for us to become even more active. We are actually doing a lot of work behind the scenes to grow bigger there. So just because of that, we are planning a webinar that we will in detail go through where we are, where we want to go, and what we have. And I think that if that is a business that is maybe you want to look into, I think that is a webinar that you should check. Because could be some hands-on, could be some news. So block that date and register. We don't have any register side yet. We will send it out, but block the date if that is something that you are looking into. Marine is need on-prem.
Yep,
it's hardware.
Exactly, they love hardware. I was about to say. Yeah,
it's a lot of demand, but that's our job to fulfill them. So
exactly, and we have already done a lot of work, and we will show you that to you later. One other thing, quickly, before, that's also why I thought maybe it is good to if the questions are too technical, you will have more opportunities to ask them in detail. We have planned some technical roundtables in the next quarter in both Belgium and the Netherlands, for which you can already sign up if you scan this QR code. The one in Copenhagen, it's only, as of what I understood, a technical roundtable, really, this time.
Yes.
It's more of a save the date right now, right?
Yeah, it's more of a save the date, and my partners in the Nordic are, well, let's say we had a plan to combine technical and sales, but due to some reasons, we will not do this time because there is upcoming news next year. So sales, sorry, we need to wait, but we will arrange a technical roundtable, but everyone is welcome anyway. So December the 4th is the plan in Copenhagen, but it's no place, no time.
Any place in Copenhagen is really beautiful. So. All right, so while you're signing up, let's welcome as the voice in the off, Pamela. Do we have some questions?
Yes, indeed. We have a few questions. So the first one is concerning the remote control topic.
Okay.
And the question is, does it work only on Windows, or is there a Mac iOS integration in process, or is that not happening at all?
Oh, 3 questions.
That's a good question. So right now, as of now, I can say it only works on Windows. If I know us, for example, if I think about the plugins, for example, for the thin clients, we've also included macOS. So I do think it is a plan, but I cannot tell you when it will come or be ready. Maybe on the technical roundtable, they might have already more news for you there.
Then we have another 2 questions. First one is about the myApps assistant you were talking of.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And the question is, what is the licensing of this myApps assistant?
Ah, good question. Because the good news is there is no license. So this is a service that we offer to you. Of course, depending, there might be some cost involved, depending on the subscription you have with services like ChatGPT, for example. But from our side, this is just the service, an app service to improve the solution. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And next question is going up right to the beginning of the webinar, and it's concerning the community you were talking of. So the question was, where can I sign up or register for this community?
Newbie.
Relevant question.
Yes, very good question.
Very good question.
Yeah, just go to, everyone can sign up for it. And as we said, we encourage everyone to do so. Just go to community.innovaphone.com. Maybe I can actually
quickly.
Yeah, I just.
We didn't have a QR code there. No.
No, this time I forgot that. So I apologize, but just type this into your browser and then click on register.
Yes.
Yeah, it's as easy. Create an account. It's as easy as that.
And download the client and log in with the client.
It is a different experience, but of course it also works out of the browser. Yeah. Okay, great. Any more questions?
That was it.
All right.
That was it.
Then thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Simon. Thank you to all of you out there.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah.
So nice.
Thank you, Richard. Yeah, it was a great premiere. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. I hope you will have that too with the new features of the 14R2. Get in touch with us, whether by telephone or on the community. And yeah, goodbye.
See you next time.